Hey, Mark, I got a great idea.
What's that, Ben?
Make a video game movie based on the video game itself. Super Mario Brothers. It's fun, it's sweet, it's entertaining. It's a video game film. It shouldn't be that hard, guys. Don't overthink it. Just do this.
I agree. If there's one word I could describe for any of those who are big Mario and or Nintendo fans, it's magical, right? This is a long time just bring a video game to the big screen, almost as if you're playing the game itself with controller in hand, and it's just a fun 92-minute, tightly paced, just wild ride.
Probably my biggest video game memory growing up was the three Super Mario Brothers games, Mario Kart when I hit my late teens, and then obviously as a child, Donkey Kong with Mario in it and the original Mario Brothers game. And this movie just, it's indescribable how nostalgic it was for me. The sounds, I mean, a lot of the looks too, but so many like sounds, like they didn't create a new sound for this movie. They used everything from all the games, even background noises, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Every single soundbite, music piece, composition, absolutely lifted from key themes and franchise games from across the entire library.
You know, everybody loves to go on Twitter and have something negative to say about something before they see it, create some sort of war that doesn't need to be fought. The accents. Hey, that's Mario. Hey, where's the pepperoni? Hey, yo, hey, oh. Mamma mia. It's just really early. There's nothing that you're insane if you find anything offensive about it. It makes sense, and it's good writing right there for how they.
Yeah, they found a really cool way to like address that, and then once you see it, you laugh, you chuckle, and then you run with it for the rest of the movie.
Let's go into some of the cast of the characters, because I know these characters, so many of them are near and dear to so many people's hearts, and they've heard tons of different people voice these characters throughout all the games. This was obviously going to get filled with a bunch of movie stars, and you knew that. But I thought, for the most part, I thought they did a pretty good job. There's a couple I don't like that much.
Overall, they were fairly true to feeling like their video game counterparts. They respect the source material coming from all these different games in the series. The head guy from Illumination even said, like, when they were trying to choose the voices to fit these characters, they narrowed each character down to a top 5. They put the character up on a big screen, and then they looped these voices, and they all just had everyone just kind of come in, listening to them, thinking about it, and be like, yeah, that's the voice we want to go with.
I think Fred Armisen's awesome. I didn't really like he plays Cranky Kong, and it didn't work for me at all. It also had to do with his jokes really fell flat too, and he didn't write it. That guy probably had the dumbest jokes that was trying to, I don't know what they were trying to go for with that one. He just sounded like he sounded like an old man with a cold, basically.
Yeah, I think the two most stand out were Jack Black as Bowser, and then Charlie Day as Luigi, and then Keegan-Michael Key. Yes, he did an excellent Toad. It totally just sounds like Toad straight from the games, as far as just capturing the voice like that the Toads tend to have in the games.
One might argue he did the best job, because I didn't know that was him.
That's true too, right? Yeah.
Like Jack Black was fantastic. He's a great voiceover guy, but I knew it was him, especially when he sings, which is some of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah, it's hard to get away from the Tenacious D, but now I guess you can call it Tenacious B.
Ooh.
I'm gonna fuck you softly.
But I thought Chris Pratt did great. Charlie Day was great. Anya Taylor-Joy was fine. Like, she didn't really have anything super hard to do. As Peaches, she was just like, okay, I'm just a girl.
Yeah, but I mean, at least like just the tone of her voice fit the character well. So I think overall that was a good casting there.
Why can't people do this, Mark? Why can't people just do this? I mean, it doesn't have to be animated, though. Obviously, for something like this, if you go to the 1993 Super Mario Bros. Movie and then you go to this one, it obviously made sense to make it animated when the technology's right. But yeah.
I think with the advances we've had in just graphics and CGI in general, I mean, when you take a look at just the rich art style of the games and how those also evolved from 8-bit era to current, I mean, animation to me is a no-brainer just because you can literally match the visuals of the games like to a pixel or even go beyond that while still capturing the art direction and essence of the game. So, like for all of us sitting in the theater, it just felt like you're playing a giant version of Mario on a ginormous screen, which, part of the fun too is, like the theater we went to was chock full of individuals, many of whom brought, with families, brought their kids. You had everybody wearing like caps, and some people were in full costume.
Oh yeah.
Everybody was having a good time. Kids were yelling and excited all over like key moments of the movie. I mean, it just enhanced the experience just that much more.
It really warmed my heart yesterday, like seeing all the fans, all the kids dressed like Mario, Luigi. Like there was a bunch of other costumes too.
Yeah, we had a Waluigi in there.
Yeah, man, it
a
was
shy guy.
Yeah, but it was just like, it was so great to see like real fans out there, like, and you could tell everyone was pleased for the most part. They're just there as fans of the game, like yourself, and someone like me who grew up with it, that hadn't seen any of that stuff in a while, to see how it's progressed. The simplest thing possible sometimes is the best course of action. Just
absolutely.
Simple story. I'll say that right off the bat. I don't even find it a weak spot in this movie that it's a simple story. It's a video game movie. It's it's the revolutionary game that takes you from left to right, A to B situations. You're on a quest to get from here to here, from this side of the screen to the other side of the screen. What you don't want to complicate that. Like, it's like, we have to get somewhere and we're going to get there. And I love how, like, even if not everybody noticed it, there's a scene where Donkey Kong is fighting with Mario, and maybe some people didn't even notice that the way that the fight scene is organized, like the planks and stuff that they had to fight on, it harkens back to the Donkey Kong game where Mario.
Actually, yeah, that was actually a fun mix, because you could say that that's a mix of like Mario Brothers, Donkey Kong, and probably Smash Brothers, kind of all in one.
Yeah. The barrels are there, like the different. It's all this vertical fight. Like they're dropping down and they're going up. They're dropping down and going up. It was fucking awesome. And the part that made me feel the most like I was playing a game was I got lost in the Mario Kart stuff. I got completely like enveloped into, and it just made me literally go back, because I used to play that game this close to the TV.
Oh man.
I mean, not really, but like just where my eyes were just glued to it because I was having so much fun.
Kind of try to give yourself like a first-person perspective on the kart, right?
Yeah, that
almost.
More than anything made me want to see it in 3D.
The man himself, Shigeru Miyamoto, and for those that don't know, he's basically one of the biggest legends in the video game industry. He's the creator of Donkey Kong, Mario, and all the characters there. He is the man. It was interesting when he shed some light on like how they went about with the involvement. Like Nintendo had a very strong involvement, with the development of the film, and it shows. He mentioned himself, like the Illumination team focused on the story and to deliver a 90-minute emotional adventure. And then Nintendo's focus was specifically, as he said, on the details, so that every moment, action, and animation felt right down to the smallest detail. They poured all their creative all into bringing this product to life. For those of you who still haven't seen it, I mean, you can look forward to just a enormous multitude of Easter eggs, references throughout the film. I mean, it runs the full gamut, right? From the earliest Mario and Donkey Kong titles to even the 1989 Mario TV show. I mean, you name it, it's in there one way or another. Very well done. Whether you get to see it up front, whether it's something in the background, there's always something for you to catch.
Lots of stuff in the background.
And of course, I would also give props to the amazing soundtrack. Everything is absolutely lifted from the games. I mean, they insert a few kind of modern day little song clips here and there, but for the most part, you've got like this, slight redoing of like all the well-known like soundtrack, the themes from so many games playing in very specific, appropriate scenes to where they, paying homage for, and it just really adds to the atmosphere.
This movie's format is very Shrek-ish, where it's like,
yeah, I agree,
collect these people and go on a quest. And you got side characters who are funny and want to be your best friend. But when the action scenes get rolling, the movie decides to use, and I wouldn't even want to say modern music. It's almost all from the 80s. And it kind of makes it funny. They have like Waiting for a Hero, when he's the little montage of him training and stuff. It is great. Like, and it works in movies like this. I think they even have an AC/DC song
I think so, right?
Yeah, they have Thunderstruck. And it works fine in this. It doesn't really feel jarring or take you out because the story is two plumbers from Brooklyn who get sucked through these sewage pipes, you know, so it's not like it doesn't take place in the real world. You know, it does. It's very simple. It's right to the point. This sucker gets moving and it is so well fast paced. It's a 92-minute long movie. I want to say that's with credits. There's not a single wasted moment. There's not a dull moment. I'm not sitting here like blowing this movie like it's going to win the Oscar for Best Picture.
And the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Super Mario Brothers.
I'm afraid they read the wrong thing.
It's just, it finally got the formula right.
If you're a Nintendo Mario fan, you will have a good time. I mean, the plot is something that you would expect if you've ever played any one of these games. It's not meant to be complex. So I would say, in case you're looking for something more, I would manage expectations, because like my honest overall opinion, if you're a huge Mario Nintendo fan, I'm confident you will love it, have a smile on your face the whole time. And if you're wanting something, you know, closer to like deeper stories and such, like say Toy Story or Lego Movie, you won't get that here. But I think you'll still have a good time.
It does have a really good brotherly love message.
Yeah, that's a really good message in there, right? Brotherly love, teamwork, never giving up, stepping up to a challenge. I mean, to me, it's not like it's devoid of that. It's just very, very simplistic.
It's just not a metaphor for something bigger. Everything it's trying to tell you is on screen, you know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, it's fucking Mario Brothers. So how many turtle shells would you give the Super Mario Brothers movie, Mark?
10 out of 10 with ending with a blue turtle shell.
Whoa, 10 out of 10. I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10, but that's great. You know, like that's way up there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be like subjective, and I'm just basing it on the pure enjoyment that we have, and knowing that I will totally love to like watch this multiple times again, just to catch every little detail in the background, listen to the way they recomposed like the soundtracks, because it was awesome, and it was just a good fun time.
Well, there you have it, folks. Go play Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3. What's your favorite Super Mario Brothers game, Mark?
Oh, man, that's a
3.
tough one. Top 3? Okay,
Top 3.
So one of them would be Super Mario World for sure. Those on the Super NES 16-bit era. If I had to pick one from the NES, it would definitely be Mario Brothers 3. I think that's one of the big well-known ones.
I love that game.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, that one is a pure classic. And if I had to maybe pick like a newer one, I think oh man, that's a tough one. It would probably be a tie between like the time I spent playing Mario 64 or one of the Mario Galaxy games.
I'm gonna say Mario 3. I could not wait for that game. I remember they even made a movie, The Wizard, with Fred Savage.
Previewing it. Yeah.
That.
Actually, I would give an honorable mention to the one of the Super Mario Brother U games. They kind of had a weird title. Those one of the first ones where you could actually play as like 4 people at the same time. And the goal is to obviously work together, but that quickly devolves into just mayhem and chaos and trolling each other. Oh, and a personal special mention too. Mario 3D World is also one of my favorites too. Like that one was a lot of fun too.
I've heard of that one.
I understood that reference.
What are your guys' favorite Mario Brothers games? Leave some comments in the comment section below and let us know. And what do you think of this movie in comparison to the 1993 atrocity? Please tell your friends, share this video, click like, subscribe if you have not already. Find us on Facebook and Twitter. For Cinema Gulp, I'm Ben.
Mark, we drink your cinema.
I drink it up!